Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me tonight. I have a quick little project using actually the A-frame that I have never used before. So this is the first time I'm going to be doing something with it. And it's an interesting little surface. It actually comes with two different wood pieces that actually have holes punched in them that are put through the little screws at the top of the A-frame that allows it to hang and kind of swing. And it's obviously double-sided, so there's one piece that's brown and there's one piece that's white. I'm going to be doing my project tonight on the brown piece, and I'm just going to be doing one side. It is wood or MDF, so I'm going to need to wax it first. And I'll start with that, and I'll actually show you how to take these little inserts out of the frame. It's going to work better. There we go. The screw's coming out. Just needed something to keep the opposite side held in place. So these are the two pieces of the screw. Let me try the other side. Let's see if I could get this unscrewed now. I'm coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line, let me know where you're viewing from this evening. There we go. Amazing what tools us women could come up with sometimes, right? It's like that, or I've got to go grab my little toolbox that I hide so nobody borrows my drill or screwdrivers or pliers or anything else, because that way I know where everything is. Oh, I don't know what that says, but whatever. Anyway, let me put these aside. Okay, so this is the little A-frame. It stands up, and it basically has one of these boards hanging from these little leather straps in the middle. So it's double-sided. Let me move that to the side and just give this a quick little wax. I'm going to use a transfer called Every Dream, and this is a Watts of Love transfer. And actually, I'm going to wax both sides of this piece of wood because I have it out. I might as well do it. Might as well do both sides so that I don't have to go through unscrewing it and taking it off the frame to do the opposite side. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of our surface wax. Our surface wax is unscented, which makes it nice and pleasant to use. The reason I wax wood is to create a barrier between the wood and the transfer, as a way of protecting my transfer so that it doesn't actually lift up any stain or splinters or paint if the wood's painted or whatever, because I don't want to chance ruining my transfer, because our transfers are adhesive backed, so if there's any loose material on the top of the wood, it will lift it up, or it could lift it up. I think I mentioned a long time ago how I once used a chalkboard that I bought at a craft store. It said it was a chalkboard, so I believed it. What do I know, right? And put my transfer on it. I did not wax it because it's a chalkboard, right? You don't need to wax chalkboard. Well, it wasn't really a chalkboard. It was wood just painted black, so now I'm a little bit more careful. But when I pulled up the transfer, the black paint came up on the back of the transfer. It didn't totally ruin it, but it did make it a little difficult to use. So I try and watch for that and be careful, and definitely always wax my wood. And if I'm in doubt, I might try out a little portion with an old used transfer and see how it sticks and how it comes up and whatever, just in case. But generally, I find if you are a little picky about your surfaces, you're probably a little bit safer. So I've waxed both sides. I'm going to come back and now rub off the wax. You don't have to let it sit. We just pretty much rub it in, rub it off. Sorry, my hand's sore just from playing around with those little screws. I'm having a tough time holding this down. What can I say? I focused more on getting my hand functional after the surgery than anything else. The surgeon was very pleased that there was minimal scarring. I'm thinking, yeah, I type, I'm a programmer. I need to use my hands. I'm more concerned with the function than whether or not I had a scar. So I had to work kind of hard in therapy with a bunch of different devices to get it as functional as it is right now. Okay, I hope I'm not making this surface. Yeah, I'm making it shake quite a bit. I'm sorry. Close your eyes. I'm almost done. Okay. It feels nice and smooth. You could usually feel when you have the excess wax removed or rubbed off because your cloth or whatever will glide across it as opposed to sticky or skipping on the surface. So obviously this is an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer, and I really do love the seam. And I'm probably going to use this in multiple places, but for tonight I'm just going to put it on this little board from the A-frame. So I'm only going to use part of it because obviously this is larger than my surface. So let me take it out of its little packaging and we'll get right onto it. Now I need to watch because these little things hang down a little bit. So I want to make sure that here's my screw holes, but I want to make sure that I allow for maybe 1/3 of an inch underneath it. So I won't put any image up there where it might be in the way. And I'm going to use our Wild Lime, some Shimmer Gold, and Shimmer Frost. And I haven't opened up my Shimmer Frost, so let me do that. Shimmer Frost is a beautiful chalk paste to work with. It is shimmer, like our shimmers, of course. Let me kind of see if you can get a gander of what it looks like with the light. See that little sparkle? Let me try and grab the light here. You can see a little bit of the sparkle. As it dries, it will sparkle more. But it can be used in a lot of different ways. I'm using it because I want it to kind of pick up the quality of dandelions, like that feathery, floaty, soft texture of a dandelion. And of course I just got some all over my finger, so let me take that off. So that's my intent with using the Shimmer Frost for this. Shimmer Frost can actually be used on glass, and when you apply this to glass, now just remember if you're applying a transfer to glass, make sure that you fuzz quite a bit. But when you apply the Shimmer Frost to glass, the result actually looks like etched glass. You can etch glass with our transfers just using etching cream. However, if you don't want it permanent, use the Shimmer Frost and it'll look like it's etched, but you could actually wash it off if you want to wash it off. I'm removing the transfer from its backer sheet. Our transfers are made out of vinyl, which is the teal portion, in silkscreen, and you're actually seeing through the silkscreen to the back with where you see the design. Our transfers are adhesive backed and can be used 8 to 12 times or more with proper care. And when I'm done cleaning this transfer, I will add the backer sheet to the adhesive side and put it away for storage. And I'm fuzzing the whole transfer, but I'm only actually going to use part of it. And you'll see what I'm up to in a moment. Okay, I want the dandelion on here. And like I said, I need to move it down just a little bit because I can't have it quite all the way up there. So I'm going to probably put it right here. I don't think it'll be too high. Kind of look a little bit. I think everything's out of the way there. That'll work. I'm going to make sure I don't have any air bubbles here. Oops, I did it again. And I'm going to do the little dandelion seeds, flowers, whatever, the little fuzz thingers with the Shimmer Frost. Now I used one of our new formulated transfers yesterday, and what a difference on how the paste glides on. It's kind of weird. I never realized that there was a little bit of drag here when you go across with your squeegee, but there is. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's just a different feel. And the new one, the new formulation, just, it glides, so it's like so slippery, it just glides across, and it actually uses less paste, which is interesting. We don't, both of them, neither one use a lot of paste, but the new formulation, it's different. I don't know how to describe it. It's smoother, it's silkier, it has a real soft feel to it. It's partially translucent, which I love, because that means it's going to be really easy to apply to cutouts and things like that. I want to get just this little part here, the little feathery part. I might come back up and throw some more seeds on that. And let's take a little look, or do a paste and peel here and see how that turned out. Oh yeah, shimmer was definitely the way to go on it. And then I'm going to use my wild lime for the stem. It's a little bit brighter than an actual dandelion stem, but I think it'll work. And no, I haven't found my multi-tool or my detail tool. I've got to go look for that bag. Honestly, I don't know where I put my little tool bag, but I need to find it because it's starting to make me a little crazy. I really need that detail tool and multi-tool for just this type of thing when I'm getting into a little spot. I cut a little squeegee apart, which works fine, but I really prefer the other tools. Just makes it a little bit easier for me. And my daddy taught me work smart, not hard, so that's what I try to do. Let me move some of my paste out of the way, and then I can do the peel and reveal. And let this dry, and I'm going to show you something that I was hesitant to do, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I was kind of like, okay, it's what is today's date? The 19th, I think. Yes, the 19th. So we're about 2/3 through the month or whatever. And I know yesterday's project was, I used February's Club Couture. And I think this would go well on a door hanger. I could think of a lot of different uses for it. Welcome-ish. The transfer actually comes with the ish to the right of the word welcome. So it's generally on something a little bit wider, but I just improvised and put it underneath it and then added the tulips. I think the tulips are beautiful and can be used in a lot of different applications. This is February's Club Couture, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. One of my favorites so far, but let me give you a little sneaky peek at March. This is March's. Let me turn this over, kind of give you a better look at it. And it says, just keep breathing. And then there's some wildflowers and a butterfly. And oh my goodness, I could see a lot of potential. I like this just as it is, of course, but I could see that these flowers could be mixed and matched with other transfers, and just opens up a whole world of possibilities. And what a sweet little butterfly. So if you're sitting on the fence about Club Couture, if you sign up this month, you will get this transfer as soon as you sign up. They will mail it to you. And then next month, they will mail this one to you, and you'll probably receive it around between the 10th and the 12th, something like that. But with your very first kit from Club Couture, you get your transfer, of course, your 3 individual paste packets, and you will get a mini squeegee, this size, which kind of the one I always use, my favorite. And then for a promotion for February, once you sign up, you will also get 5 past Club Couture transfers. I think they're from March of last year through July, if that's right. They're 5 different, they're cuter than cute. They're absolutely amazing. And it comes free. That's the perk or one, I'm sorry, that's one of the promotions for Club Couture this month. The perk this month, because most month Club Couture members get a kind of benefit or a perk or something. The perk this month is 40%. We have some transfers that are right now being offered at 20% off. Club Couture members get those same transfers at 40% off. So they basically get the same discount that a designer would. So you could sign up this month, get this transfer. This is March's transfer. You'll get the pace with, you know, obviously each month you'll subscription, you'll get the pace. The first month you get the mini squeegee, but then you also get 5, count them, 5 different transfers. And here's a quick look at those 5 transfers. Check them out. I hope that little video gave you a little peek into what you can achieve with Club Couture. It really is a lot of fun. Now let's get on to the rest of this project. Every wish. If you're thinking about putting your toe in the water, Club's a great way to do it. It's not very expensive. The transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times, so it really is a good way to get a lot of bang for your buck and treat yourself to a little bit of creativity. Figure an hour or so of creative bliss once a month. And remember, our transfers being reusable. Make it for yourself, make it for a friend, make it as a gift. You could do it, you know, how many times. Really, the reusability is based upon cleaning the transfer and making sure that it's clean, that you get the chalk paste out of the silkscreen. If you're not quite sure when you're cleaning your transfer, hold it up to the light. And if you could see through the silkscreen, you know you've got all the paste out of it. So that's one way to kind of protect yourself from having an issue. I don't want to really smudge this. I think it's dry. Okay, on to the next part. I want to put the word dream on here, and I need to be a little bit careful because I want it to fit, but I don't want to go over anything. I think this is good. I just want to make sure that it's straight, which I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I'll gently press it down. Of course, if I put it on an angle, then I don't have to worry about it being straight, do I? Maybe that's what I'll just do here. Kind of like if you're a card maker, sometimes it's easier to put your the wording on an angle, and then you don't have to worry about it being straight and it looks cool. And anytime you put anything on a diagonal when you're crafting or when you're painting or when you're doing photography or whatever, a diagonal kind of increases interest and provides a little excitement. From mass media class in high school. If you ever notice exciting scenes in a movie, will generally have a staircase or something on a diagonal in part of the scene. Odd what sticks in my brain sometimes. What could I say? So I'm just adding the shimmer gold over the word dream, and that's basically it for this. I just wanted the dandelion the little blowing seeds and the word dream. And I think it'll fit on here and look really, really nice. There we go. So what do you think? Simple and easy, quick. I just have to let this dry a little bit. Notice that the shimmer actually almost looks like it has extra depth to it. If you ever are not getting enough wow factor with your transfers, clean your transfer, let it dry, position it back over your surface, and just chalk again. Basically add another layer of chalk. It will bump up the design and give you a little bit more definition. And stick around to the end, because actually I did that with this. I wasn't happy with how the gold was on the brown stained background. It seemed to disappear sometimes, so I did have to make a little bit of adjustment in regards to that. I will be forming a club for a group for Club Couture to do our projects together, usually in the 3rd week of the month. If you're interested, let me know. If you'd like more information about Club Couture, here's the address, the link to click on and find out a little bit more about it. Or, of course, drop me a line, and I will be happy to tell you all about it. Now, on to what I did with this. I actually did what I suggested. I laid an extra layer of chalk paste down over it to bring out the word dream. I offset it a little bit and used the Shimmer Frost to make it lighter so that it actually showed up, because in certain lighting it really wasn't that visible and I wanted it to stand out a little bit more. If you found this video helpful or useful and would like to see more, please subscribe and click on the little bell to be notified of additional videos. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. See you soon.